Hello, hello, hello. It's coffee time again. And yeah, we're doing the news again. Because what else is there to do? Just looking to see what's going on. It's not a lot. It's not happening. Well, apparently, I don't know if you've noticed, but in France, they've been a little bit. There's been a. I don't know what you saw it. They've been a little bit discombobulated by them raising the pension age from, was it 62 to 64? A little bit discombobulated. You know, things have gone awry for the French. Again, they raise our pension rate, and we just shrug and go, eh. Well, anyway, this has caused a bit of a fallout because President Emmanuel Macron has gone and cancelled King Charlie and Queen Camilla's trip. Yeah, because there are protests. He thought that people will draw parallels between Marie Antoinette, if they were banqueting in the Palace of Versailles whilst the streets of gay Paris were aflame. Whatever. I think it just shows a complete lack of testicular fortitude. It might have united them. They might have all put down their flaming Molotovs and said, "Hurrah, hurrah! King Charles is in. Let's all wave at Charlie boy as he's in." It might have worked. Might not have worked. Meanwhile, do you have problems with emojis? Are you old? Well, anyway, it's some new research? I don't know, but a mobile phone retailer, Phonehouse, and that's Phonehouse with an F. They obviously didn't go to school. Have revealed the most googled emojis and their meaning, with some surprising results. And again, emoji etiquette. It's, if you're of a certain age, I like a thumbs up now and again, but apparently Gen Zers see that as a passive-aggressive sign now. And if you include a love heart, you're middle-aged. Well, I am middle-aged, and I can't see that. But yeah, so let's see. We've got to look at the emojis, and oh god, the answers. Oh, they've gone and done the answers separately. So I'm going to have to open. How do I do this without cocking it all up? So I want to see the answers. I want to cheat because I don't know what half these things are. Wait a minute. Let's just talk amongst yourselves. Just talk amongst yourselves, because I'm having a brain fart here as I'm trying to do two things at once because they just want to make my life miserable. The bastards. Why? There's not enough real estate on my screen to do this. How can I do this and see the answers at the same time? Okay, well, I'm going to have to... Here we go. We've got the green heart first. What does the green heart stand for? I have no idea. I thought it stood for a green heart. Well, green heart, did you know, is meant to represent platonic feelings. I did not know that. But it also, depending on the context, can be your love of the environment, i.e. you're green. Okay. I know this one. That means you're drunk. Yeah, woozy face, that's called. Or it can mean that you're smitten with a crush. That is the Nazar amulet. I did not know that. I thought it was an eye. But it's meant to ward off negative energy. The missus is learning a lot here. She's nodding her head going, I did not know that. Upside down smiley face. This is meant to convey sarcasm or irony. And it implies that it means that you're posting the opposite of the meaning. It means the opposite of what you're actually writing. Okay, I've never used that one. Oh, I know that one. That is when you've a bit of a close call, nervousness, a little bit awkward, a bit of a yeah moment. That's called grinning the face with sweat. Oh, that's called eyes. The eye emoji or side eye emoji can be react to tension or drama, as in, oh, eye up, here we go. And then we've got the blue heart. It means you're in the friend zone. But surely the green heart will do that. Blue heart and green heart are the same thing, surely. A yellow heart, I call that a gold heart actually. It represents love, but can also be used to indicate friendship. Purple heart means care and compassion. Meanwhile, while a black heart shows that you're in mourning, you're grieving, but it can also be used to represent dark humour. That's the pleading face or puppy dog eyes. It's when you need to ask for a favour or beg forgiveness, and the white heart is used to convey pure love or to let somebody who's passed away. I thought that would be like a, I don't know, sign of a coward, white heart. Well, I wish I'd never bothered. I don't feel like I've learned anything there. Have you? Meanwhile, we're going to the bottom of the sea. He said, whoops. Because we're talking about the Nord Stream pipeline again, right? This has been found at the bottom of the sea. Whoa. What is it? Well, I don't know if you remember, they blew up the Nord Stream 2 pipeline. It resulted in the big foaming gaseous cyclone. Meanwhile, the German, Swedish and Danish authorities are still trying to get to the bottom of what actually happened, because there was an explosion that sparked 4 leaks in the bottom of the Baltic Sea. This was in September. Doesn't seem that long ago, does it? But yeah, they want to know what this mysterious thing, this pipe, this tube, this cylinder is. The Danish Energy Agency released the photo and said it possible the object is a maritime smoke buoy. It's 16 inches tall and 4 inches wide, but it does not pose an immediate risk. But we're no closer to knowing who did it. Fingers are being pointed. People say it's Russians, the Russians say it's Ukraine, the West, everyone but them. Will we ever get to the bottom of who did it? The Russians. I mean, will we ever find out who did it? The Russians. Who did it? I'm being cheeky. We don't know. We don't know. But again, that's geopolitics, because that pipeline supplied gas to Europe. Meanwhile, Keir Starmer, he's been warned. What's he been warned about? Right. Well, apparently forces within Labour are saying that he needs to make his position clearer with regards to self-ID. Right? And they're saying if he can't say what a woman is, you will lose the election, and they're not wrong. And we've seen what's happened to Nicola Sturgeon, who's stepping down, I think, today. What happened to her in the SNP, and the same thing will happen to Starmer. According to the Times, party strategists have told him he must make clear what's going on with regards to this and trans issues, otherwise he will lose the election on day one. Because he's going to be asked this all the time. A senior Labour source said Scotland is a warning to him. He needs to make his position much clearer. And at a speech in Stoke-on-Trent yesterday, Keir appeared to shift his position in the wake of of what happened with Scotland and Nicola Sturgeon. So there you go. Maybe all he's got to do is look at his old mum or his wife. Right, what else have we got here? Court news? Yeah, alright then. This is the story of Amanda Aston. Here she is. She's not looking too happy. No, because her whole world is about to tumble around about her head. She is a female police officer, and she was a constable based at Guildford Police Station in Surrey and a trained domestic violence mentor. But she's been found guilty by jury of 2 offences of perverting the court of justice and 1 of fraud at Maidstone Crown Court. It looks like it's the end of her career and that she could end up going to jail because she lied that her former lover, who was a sergeant in the same force as her, was gaslighting her into a controlling and coercive relationship. Yeah, she was using the thing that she was trained in order to besmirch the reputation of her ex-partner. Yeah, so it's quite serious though. She'd embellished and exaggerated difficulties in their relationship with Mr. Taylor. Matthew Taylor, yeah. Her claims saw Matthew Taylor locked up for 2 years. So you've got sent down for it. Right? She exaggerated, embellished the details of the relationship, and it said that she knew how serious the repercussions could be. He was arrested, charged with control and coercive behaviour, and was remanded in jail for 2 months. And it led him to lose his job with Surrey Police. But it was only through the detective work of his mother, who trawled through social media accounts and previous text messages, that led to his release from Winchester Prison. Here he is. And he was in court giving evidence against her. I mean, this is just wrong, you know. But yeah, at the start of the case, at the trial, the jury heard that she'd made false allegations of control, abuse, harassment, stalking, intimidation and gaslighting in a witness statement. And now, you know, it's all over for her. The boot is on the other foot. She's also accused of defrauding Surrey Police Welfare Fund of £5,000 by claiming she suffered financial hardship as a result of having to move home several times due to Mr. Taylor's alleged behaviour. The jury took 9 hours to convict her of all charges, and sentencing will be on May the 22nd. And Mr. Justice Kavanagh warned Aston that she faced a jail term. Blimey. Blimey, O'Reilly. What else have we got? That's not a good one. That's not a good one. That's not a good one. Oh yes, we got a result. We did cover this one the other day. We talked about the story of Ricky Sartin, who was helping to cut back a tree at Layfield Lakes. Right, remember? And he sued the fellow there because the fellow that owned the lakes, Darren Layfield, had asked him to help him cut down a tree. Well, he had an accident, sustained a number of injuries, including a broken hip, wrist and ribs, and he sued him for £490,000. Well, guess what he won? Yeah, he won the payout at the High Court. They ruled in his favour. Here is Mr. Sartin recovering from his injuries, thinking, oh, this is going to pay out. And now it looks like Mr. Layfield will lose his lakes because he's going to have to pay the fine. And these are the lakes that may have to be sold. Of course, I guess, I don't know if you can go up for appeal, but yeah, quite shocking that. The judge awards Mr. Sartin £74,500 in general damages for the injuries and a further £413, £187.43 for financial losses, including the loss of his job and pension. She also ordered Mr. Layfield to pay Mr. Sarting's lawyer's bills for the trial, with £159,000 up front ahead of an assessment of the full amount at a later date. Wow. As Mr. Cunningham said, that as Mr. Layfield had not attended the trial, he never even bothered to turn up. So he didn't. Sounds like he didn't even represent himself. It's probably why it went in the other fella's favour so quickly. Investigations have already been made onto his finances, with assets including £2 million lakes identified as potential targets if he doesn't pay up. Blimey! All because of you ask someone for a favour. You got to be careful. You got to be careful out there. What else have we got? We've got best places to live in Britain. You want to know that? Hopefully these are a list, because otherwise they've done it by region. Oh my god, there's a full list of 72 best. I shouldn't have clicked on this one. We've got east of England through to London, Scotland, and we'll just whiz through these. So east of England, it's Saffron Walden, with Aylsham in Norfolk coming up second. Scotland, Dunkeld in Perthshire, with East Linton in East Lothian second. London is Crouch End, followed by Beckenham. South East England, it's Chichester, followed by Aylesford in Hampshire. Midlands, it's Leamington Spa, followed by Digbeth in Birmingham. South West, it's Cirencester, followed by Bishopstainton in Devon. North and North East England, it's Whitley Bay, followed by Holmfirth. Northern Ireland, it's Donegal in County Down, followed by Omer, Belfast. North West, Liverpool wins, beating Manchester. Sounds like a football scores, doesn't it? And in Wales, it's Ruthin in Denbighshire, followed by Abergavenny in Monmouthshire. There you go. Those are the top places to live. We didn't make the list, unfortunately. It's started to rain. That's a rotter, isn't it? Meanwhile, Bargain Hunt. Do you watch Bargain Hunt? No, I don't. There was this teapot. This teapot was on Bargain Hunt. There you go. It's alright. I'm not a big fan, I must admit. But apparently, it was estimated to fetch, was it 150 quid, they reckon? But it wasn't a teapot at all. It was a rare Chinese wine ewer. Yeah. Auctioneer for the show, Charles Hanson, described the yellow floral item as very sacred, very important, and more importantly, very rare. And it dated back to the 18th century and Emperor Qianlong. It was a porcelain pot. They thought it was worth 150, and it was brought back from Japan by the owner's grandfather in the 1940s. Right? It ended up raising £390,000 at auction, and there's the symbol on the bottom of the pot there that they used. So there you go. So look in your lofts, you might have a very rare ewer. It's not bad though. I mean, that's some good stuff, isn't it? Meanwhile, this is a story from TikToky. Oh yeah, TikTok. The woman in this story, who goes under the name of Peak XO, because she hasn't got a name, but she went skydiving, right? You know, she went skydiving, and she paid extra to have some professional photos done. You know, so again, I guess, you know, photos, or it didn't happen. But she was left aghast at the photo, because it's not very flattering. it's probably the least flattering photo you could have. And she was very alarmed because even though she's wearing a t-shirt, it looks like she's topless. But yeah, you might want to ask for your money back on that one. So yeah, not a very flattering picture. But then I guess when you're falling from a plane at that speed, you're not exactly going to be like that, are you? You're going to be quite alarmed. But hey, that's TikTok for today. Should we do it? Yeah, let's do it. Let's do it. This is the story of Phoebe Howie from Aberdeen in Scotland, right? And well, she decided to go to Turkey. She decided to go to Turkey for surgery. She tried via the NHS to get surgery for her condition since she was 17. But the bar supervisor instead decided to save up and fly. And yeah, what did she do? She spent £3,800 on breast reduction surgery, and here she is. This is the result. There you go. Right? Because beforehand, have we got a before and after? Oh, I can't show those. That's the actual. That was the actual surgery. It was fuzzed out though, but yeah, because beforehand the 20-year-old was 32 double G. There you go, and she's Adam. This is top quality Daily Mail journalism here, and yeah, I mean I can't show some of these pictures because they'll demonetize me, but there you go. This is top Guardian stuff. There we go. Have I done enough yet? I feel like I've done. Can't do that one. Can't do that one. There's some horrible stories on here. Clocks go forward at the weekend, everyone. Remember that. British summertime is coming. Which is good. Meanwhile, I mean, this is, again, it's not a funny story, but it's more of a warning than anything else. They call it a freak accident, but it's not a freak accident. It's an actual accident. This is the story of Ernest Vogliano. It's this chap here, 61, right? He was 61, but he died. Yeah, he died at Madison Square Garden, right? He plunged 3 floors whilst riding on the escalator railing. So he did that thing where he perched himself on the railing, and he fell to his death. Yeah, this happened following a Rangers game at 10:40 p.m. on Saturday. Now, somebody who's 61, he should have known better. Maybe he was just exuberant. Maybe his team won. This is Madison Square Garden, but come on, it was a completely unnecessary. Don't do that. Just don't do it. Don't ride the escalator. How many of those viral videos have you seen where drunk people have fallen down escalators? You know, it's a very dangerous thing, isn't it? A very dangerous thing. Meanwhile, we go from one fall to a funny fall. We can turn it round. This was a DHL courier was trying to deliver a parcel at Tony Gascoigne's home in Pinxton in Nottinghamshire, but he heard the dog barking, and he got a bit freaked out. I'm just trying to time it because it's a bit of a go and go straight over. There we go, because the dog spooked him. But yeah, but don't worry, he seemed to be unhurt, and even smirks at the camera when he realises that he's caught on camera. Meanwhile, let's go to East Java, to Surabaya in East Java, and the story, right, of a 42-year-old man who almost died. He almost died. They've got a good stock image here. What? How did he almost die? Well, he almost died. I don't know what they're doing. Is it the horizontal pogo? Yeah, he almost died during sex. Yes. Yeah. Whilst having sex with his wife, he lost consciousness suddenly. Well, that's me all the time, that is. Before vomiting, yeah, going weak down the right side of his body. Yeah. This was from Radiology Case Reports. Medics at the Dr. Sotomo General Hospital said the man had not previously experienced any headaches and had no history of trauma. But yeah, he'd had a brain aneurysm which ruptured. It was an acute subdural hematoma, ASDH, and it ruptured during the okey pokey. And yeah, but he underwent surgery to repair the aneurysm, and also to relieve the swelling and pressure on the brain. But he's made a recovery and has regained the use of the right side of his body. However, he was left with permanent damage to his ocular motor nerve in his left eye. Yeah, so he has trouble moving the eye and focusing. So there you go. Just don't have sex. Don't go out. Don't have sex. Everything's dangerous. It's all going to kill you in the end. Remember that. No one gets out alive. Have we got anything else going on? Are there any animal stories? I don't know. I can't see any. Oh, well, remember yesterday? Because the missus watched Coffee Time late last night. Because she said, "Oh, I'll watch your sodding Coffee Time." She said, and the castration story that we covered. Remember, there was all those men that were up in court for GBH for live streaming castrations. Well, the Daily Mail, they've thought, you know what? We're going to put everyone off their pickled onions today and their salami sandwiches, because they've gone inside what's known as the nullo castration cult. Yeah. Who'd have thought it? Yeah, the nullo. I guess it means from nullification. And yeah, they've had a look inside. And in some extreme cases, people are castrated for cannibalistic or sexual desires, with their self-mutilation recorded and streamed online. However, the majority remove their genitalia because they don't identify as male or female. Yeah, this is a new thing, you know. And the group, they reckon, is inspired by Japanese illustrator Mao Sugiyama. This chap here. He did a very interesting art piece, right, where he had his genitals removed, he had them frozen, and then he served them a banquet which cost £800 a head. What's that? Put you off your lunch? Oh, sorry about that. And here's everybody enjoying, you know. Yeah. But they played the game with him, because not all of them got his genitals. Some got beef and crocodile meat. There you go. I guess because it's not going to go very far, is it? If you think about it, not going to go very far. So personally, I think it's a lot of cock and balls myself. No, still looking for an animal story. Meanwhile, this is the Guéven Museum in Paris's Grand Boulevard, and it's famous for its waxworks. Yeah, and they've got a new Charlie. I don't know. It's a bit Alan Partridge, isn't it? It's a bit Partridge. Aha! Yeah, that was revealed today. Here's a close up. I mean, yeah, it's a bit Charlie, I suppose. And they've got the Queen standing behind him. Look, it looks kind of small. That false perspective. Tiny little Queen. So there you go. Still looking for an animal story. I know you like them. Can't do that one. Oh, yeah, this is a horrible story, but I've got to cover it. This is at the BSB bar in Bristol's waterfront, and it's mobile phone footage. It's only a short clip, but people were queuing to go into the nightclub when this happened. This is a man punching a fellow out of a wheelchair. There you go. Because the man in the wheelchair had accidentally touched his foot with the wheel of his chair. And that's shocking. Police, again, they need your help. So if you recognise him, get in touch with Bristol Police at the usual numbers. I mean, it's just shocking. I mean, crazy. Here we go. I've got one. We can end now. We're going to Gwangjin-gu in Seoul. That's in South Korea. And there was a zebra loose. Yes, they managed to capture him. Look, he escaped from the zoo, from the Children's Grand Park Zoo, but they managed to hit him with a tranquilizer dart and rescue him. So there we go. Good job. He didn't get to a zebra crossing. Zebra crossing. On the road, zebra crossing. Dear. Okay. Yeah, apparently the zebra had been on the loose for 3 hours, but the fire brigade managed to encircle it, and it stopped in traffic in front of a white SUV, and they managed to hit it with a dart, and he's 3-year-old Sero the zebra from the Children's Grand Park Zoo in Seoul escaped at 2:40 p.m. and then was seen running through traffic. There we go. There's some good pictures of him. You're not getting me. I'm having a run. You can see, I mean, it's dangerous. He could have got hit. So I don't think he's taking notice of any of the signs. Well, he wouldn't, would he? He's a zebra. But yeah, they put a muzzle over his snout and they lifted him to the back of a truck once the tranquilizers worked. Yeah, there was no injuries or property damage. But they still can't figure out how he escaped. Right? But yeah. So that's it. We did it. That was Friday. Is there anybody in the chat? 7 people. God blimey. People just given up on me. They've given up. Fasano's in. He said, how's it going? It's still going. How is the early spring weather? It's just been raining. It's not. It's Accrington Stanley, not today. Alex says, Accrington Stanley, who are they? Well, it's up north. It's where Little John Anderson comes from. He uses it as he's used to use it as his fake name to sign his hotels. Gordon's in. He says, good afternoon. Alex says, hope he did a good job on removing his bits and didn't cock it up. Indeed, there you go. Alex says, reminds me of the new Bond movie where James Bond has his bits removed to become Jane. It's going to be a cool cocktail pussy. You sure you're not Brendan Erie in disguise? Yeah, well, again, it's, I don't see the appeal of it myself, but there you go. That was it. That was the news. It's Friday. It's all over. You can go away now. And we'll do this all again. Do we have to do this all again? I don't want to. But what will the missus watch during her lunch? So this is it. I'm narrowcasting. Who'd have thought that the internet would enable me to just make a video for the missus to watch? Who'd have thought, eh? Anyway, killing the channel one video at a time. That was the news. You know who got to drink it up. Happy weekend.